Say go and we'll hit. Okay. Right, ready and go. Okay. Right, let's get some data.
Because that felt like a reasonable swing.
Beautiful tempo. Okay. Right. Start from the top then. 100% rating with your alignment. 100% with your posture. Now if you remember when we first began, we had to do a bit of altering. You were very stooped in your thorax. So we brought that up and that's perfect. You're right on the perfect end of that.
So that upper body, so in other words, the way that because I felt right there, I really stood out nicely to the wall. Because I found I get a bit bent on my knees, but there I felt.
Yeah. Okay, so pelvis position at the top. Previously there was a lot of hip turn when we first began, so the goal was to reduce it 100%. So 43 hip turn and a side bend, that's the lateral movement in the hip of 11 degrees. That used to be 16. Okay, now the 92 shoulder turn, well because you're very flexible now, you're able to turn a lot more than your most Joe Bloggses.
So and where was that shoulder turn back to, on the way back? Or
on the way back. So at the top of the backswing, when you reach the top, you had a full turn of 92. So based upon the traditional end, 45 hip turn, 90 shoulder turn, you're within that parameter, so that's good. So too is your hip turn and impact. So you've cleared your hips 27 degrees. You can be between 35 and 50. So snapping that left leg back more. So too is with the shoulders. So the shoulder turn is 24 degrees open at impact, and you need to be between 26 and 34, so you're not miles off there. So it's all turning into a spiral. If we go back, okay, right, we have got, there we go. Okay, so this is a comparison here between today and last time. So before you had quite an open setup, 11 and 16 degrees open. We've dropped that down a hell of a lot there. The posture at address, you had a 40-degree pelvis, so your bottom was out 40 degrees. We've tucked that into 22. You were 42 in the upper body bend, you're now 38. So you're effectively standing taller. Your pelvis turn at the top, well, today it's 43, hang on a minute, yeah, top of the backswing 43, we had it at 37, and an impact 27.41, so you were slightly less on the hip turn on the backswing and more on impact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt that. I used to do a lot of...
Yeah. Your, mind you, this is not comparing you, this is comparing you to when it was starting to adjust. We didn't get the first one. Upper body turn, well, it's 92 today, and it used to be, in October it was 94. And at impact you've cleared 24 degrees, and you were 23, so you're staying about right there. Pelvis turn at the top, I know about that one. Side bend, here we go. That was all that lateral movement. Minus 18. And you've reduced that to minus 11, 7 degrees, that's good. Okay, let's just whiz down there. That's the bend of your bottom.
So the pelvis bend,
That's
in other words,
how far your backside is out. Okay, so that's a huge improvement there. And at the top as well, you get the bottom well stuck out at the top. You're allowed to be between 11 and 23, you were 31 at the top. And at impact, you still had your bottom out 19 degrees, whereas you've got to be between 9. So you've brought them down into much more of a... And that's where all of our hard work has been on your pelvis area. Side bends at address. Your left hip is a little bit higher now, only by a degree, but that's great. At the top of the backswing, we know we've dropped that movement. And at impact also, we're not as high either. We're only 12 now, whereas before we were 15. Upper body bend. So we know you're standing taller now. At the top of the backswing, the difference there is huge. So previously, before, you were bent over with a very high chest at the top, -6, and now you've reduced that down to something like 1, which is good. And look how you're turning round your spine. At the address position at an impact, you're back straight on. And that's represented also in the side bend as well, because what we're looking for is we're looking for this number and this number and this number, which is your spine, to be 38, 37, 39. So whenever you bend in your spine this way, you turn that way, this is your side bend, that needs to be the same. So you're turning around your spine beautifully. Whereas there, you can see 16, 25, 42, 33, 47, up and down. That was because it was so lateral before. So that is fantastic. So we know that that's all rating pretty good. That's just down because the clearance wasn't quite right.
Yeah, it's first a couple of shots
Yeah,
anyway.
90% and 90%. And then when we look at your graph, brilliant. Look how early the hips are going as well. Red line. Then the shoulders. Shoulders have still got that little acceleration movement. But the peak order is hips, shoulders, club. Absolutely brilliant. We're making really good progress. I mean, to get those numbers up to what we've seen, considering that was your first K-vest in God knows how long.
And this tilting of the head movement backwards, can we put a circle around the head?
Yep, let me
Can you
save
do
that. Yeah. Okay.
All your toys, you've got the best toys.
Right, let's close those windows down. Okay. Okay. Put them up there. Right. Let me show you. No. Okay, Hank. He's very similar to your son's height. Okay, so I'll just play his. This is what I mean about the still head. And this guy is one of the big hitters. Look how stable he is. And that enables his lower body, see his left leg, bullet straight there, left arm still lagging back. See how solid that left leg is. That's taking everything.
All the powers in there.
So you see head movement very much after contact.
Contact, yeah, that's what I thought.
And I can show you more golfers who do that. Tiger compresses, so Tiger loses height.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Tiger's always the ideal one.
Benchmark. I don't even want to see him. I'm not interested in him.
I'll just.
He's for me.
And if I show you, so you can see no lateral compression a bit.
Yeah.
But very little going on there. So you can see, bang on.
I'm not going forward then like that with my foot.
Because you've got all the power here, you need a very, very, very long neck to do what we saw the other chap do. So basically, there's a little bit of movement there to get the head out of the way, but you put it back to the right spot, and you do that time after time. So again, very, very good. So if there is such a thing called head movement, that's it. But look how still that is. And it's
the leg was also a lot better.
It was.
Could be better.
That's what I mean. To get the upper body turn and pelvis turn and impact higher, we do need to still pursue this leg. We're so close. You can see, you know, in terms of percentage, I don't know how.
And in the strike position, if we just go back to when I'm hitting the ball there.
Yep, there.
Can you go back one frame or not? Or is it
Yep.
You've missed a frame.
Just because I've brightened it up.
Yeah. So what's the position like at the moment?
Brilliant. As you can see, your left leg is supporting a lot more. You can still see being hypercritical.
Yeah.
It's still a little bit soft there, but nothing compared to what it was. It's
Go
terrific.
back to Hank again. I
Yeah.
don't like Tiger on the
No.
screen, sorry. Can't stand him. Couldn't care about him.
Okay.
So there's no fundamental difference at the moment, except the fact that he is.
He's just taller. You know, he's just. I think he's about 6'4", but everything else is pretty much the same there. Apart from the slight, well, even the head position, he still had to turn his head to one side. There, and then as you.
Is that sort of real time, as in
Yes, yeah. I'll just see if I can. I'll bring it back to there. So you can see, other than the left leg, if your left leg was to snap straighter, what we wouldn't see is we wouldn't see the club head sort of escaping from you too soon. So there you can see there's just a little bit more wrist lag. There, it's gone. But again, though, that's only associated with club head speed, and you're already producing some phenomenal club head speed. And that literally is where we are just training for. It's fantastic.
He swings through a little bit more, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a reason for that? Or?
It's personal preference. There's many golfers that don't. But you've unloaded your club head speed. As you can see, when you get to impact and you strike that, it's gone. There's nothing left. Some people sort of get this shockwave. You don't. Yours is completely just gone. It's fantastic. Yeah.
So the only thing we've really got to try and concentrate on is the so
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind hitting a few with a 6-iron.
Of course.
Going onto the woodland, just loosen up a little bit.
But this is so impartial. I mean, this is not my opinion. This is fact. So you can't. No, you can't.
I think the numbers are important to me.
Well, to be honest, they are to I think a lot more people who realise that this equipment is out there. I can't. It's amazing how dependent I've become onto KVS. Not having it this week was so difficult.
The numbers don't lie, do they?
Well, I'm more based personally for me is I like proof. I like information. I don't like guess. I hate guessing. And to me, that's just
So the main thing
wasting.
is just got to try and get.
But it's that snapping movement. But it's a movement back as opposed to a bump across. Yeah,
Just difficult to transition.
it is.
Hitting a few.
So you can see how that left leg wants to ride across. Nothing compared to what it used to be, but you can see it just makes your hips a bit restricted. They can't clear quite as much. If we could, what we'll do, if we K-vest a practice swing, if you kind of really did it, and we'll just see what the difference is at impact. So I'll say go and you swing. Okay, ready and go. Okay. Right. If we can do that one more time, because and really focus on snapping that left leg. Okay, ready and go. No, didn't pull that left leg back. Just do a few practice swings again, practicing that movement. That's it. Pulling it faster. Kind of really not faster swing, but faster movement. Up, lock. That's better. Okay, so I'll K-vest this one. I'll say go. Without the ball. Okay. Right, ready, and go. Super. Okay. Right, so we're looking to beat 27 with the hips. Okay. 38 hip turn, 11, that's still the same. 41. 41, Andrew. From 27 to 41. That's why I'm still... And look at that, 33, that was 24. So the turn is still the same by 1 degree, 91, 92, but from 27 to 41. That's what, 14 degree difference. So when I show that to you here, and it's not a huge difference. Okay. Right, same movement. Ready, and go. Okay, beautiful swing. Effortless tempo. Right, here we go. 39, 10, 29. Nearly, 27 to 29, 18. And that's the difference, you see. We're just missing that little quick snap. It's an advancement. It is. Oh, crikey. In terms of your separation, it's enormous.
So you say that can still go...
Oh, yes. You can go all the way up to 50. Tom Watson, when he played in the Open, his coach... I'll think of it now. His biggest problem with Watson was that he separates too quickly. He whips his hook, and at the age of what? 50 odd?
Scary with a hip replacement as well.
Okay. Ready, and go. Great thing is that, you know, we've got like... This is where you are. This is where we want to go. And everything in your summary. I mean, look at that. 100%, 100%, 100%. 30, 27. You made it. So you've gone from 40% to 60%. Superb separation there. 53 degree separation. 30. 90%, 70%. Turning around the spine beautifully. 43, 37, 35.
So what was that side bend then?
At address, your left hip was a fraction high, and you were 1 degree off on the backswing. That's nothing to worry about.
Is that... Do I need to flatten the takeaway then?
No. No. All the focus is purely...
So I'll try maybe get the takeaway in and see if that changes a little bit. It won't change the hip.
It's all on this.
Sound like that?
No, because you're going to slide. Okay, ready, and go. Okay. We just went a bit early that time. Yeah, that's right. Well, let's have a look at that swing in any case. It's good movement. It's getting better. As frustrating as that may seem, it is just that leg. You crack this, and you are cracking it. You had a period not so long ago where you were kind of over Christmas with all what was going on. You kind of had that frustrating period where it's like, I can't do it, and it's like, yes, you can. And then you've picked up a little bit, and you're going to have those little learning curves, those learning steps. No, it's not. No, it's just amazing how much hip rotation or how much hip speed you can generate by locking that left leg.
that's not an issue, but it is going a little bit higher.
Well, is it? That's the question. Let's find out. 30 yards is your optimum. 35. It's minimal. If we look at I've got some fantastic data that Titleist have just brought out, and it's really very useful. If we base it on, so it's all based upon ball speed, and then it'll tell us whether you're at the optimum. So at 117 ball speed, here we go. So the optimum angle, 17 degrees, with a spin. Well, the spin's always going to be more. I've worked it out with another customer. These are spinning about 1,000 RPM more, and that we're looking at 5,800, and yours is 6.8. So take 1,000 off that. So your launch angle is just a degree too high. It's coming off the club face a fraction, but it's going up 35 yards high because these are spinning another 1,000.
Yeah,
so it's not.
Going a little bit ballooning.
Yeah.
I felt that they were ballooning compared to a normal ball.
But I wouldn't try and rectify that, because if you put a proper ball there, you'll get it back. So if you just see it ballooning up a bit, just take that as being a proper ball's good flight.
Because what was the face angle there? See, that's a soft sit at 150 yards, which add on.
20%.
So I think it's sufficient.
Oh, perfect. 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 Attack angle, beautiful.
Low club head speed as well.
92.
It's a soft hit, Chris.
Uh-huh.
It's still in the soft mode this morning.
Okay.
Get it in 1 or 2 weeks and then get that big.
Okay. Right. Snap that leg. Ready and go. Let's hit the driver. It's really good, Andrew. You're progressing very well. 35, 10. That's the biggest improvement. 33, 24. Enough said.
And this hole that I'm making down on the ground, is that an issue that
No.
so much pressure on the left leg?
Not at all. Not at all. Because as you can see, it could still be straighter. What would it be though? That's the exciting thing, is that you're hitting these numbers still with. If you were hitting those numbers and it was locked, it'd be like, well, okay, that's maybe his limit. You're reaching that and you're still soft. Right, let's hit the driver.
So you say the ball spin slightly more?
Not with the driver, but with the irons for some reason. The driver comes out a little bit more neutral. Okay. Okie dokie. Ready and go. Mhm. Not a massive lateral movement, but it doesn't have to be.
And the position on impact there?
Okay, your setup's a little bit open. Your posture's a little bit tall, but I'm not too worried about that. 31.5. That means you had no lateral on the takeaway. 36 at impact. 27. So you can clearly see that with the driver, you do rock and roll.
But why is that? What's the difference then?
I think maybe it's your favourite club, and there's more freedom. It's like you take off the kind of, the handbrake a bit. Okay. Just at address, your setup was a little bit too high on the left side.
So if I just narrow it, so is that a bit of a better setup
So,
there? Is that a bit better?
let me just have a look. Yes, it is a bit more neutral. Okay. Okay, and then just close your shoulders in a fraction. Yeah, that's it. Great. Ready and go. Beautiful.
Will you take that one on the course?
No. Okay. That's beautiful. Clearing. Much better. Okay, so 1 degree open there, 1 degree open there. That's not far off. 2 there. 32.4. Amazing, isn't it? You've got less hip turn and more stability with the driver. 41.32. Perfect. Okay.
So what's, am I sliding a bit?
It's mainly in the upper body at address. The upper body just has a little bit too much of a
Backwards,
an
Maybe I'll
incline.
put a bit more pressure on my left leg.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, ready and go.
I didn't want to hit that. I should have actually walked away from it.
Didn't feel
I
right.
didn't feel comfortable hitting it with those guys walking over it.
Yeah.
If I beasted it, I would have. I just walked off that. Should have walked off that swing.
34.5. 39.24. That was you pulling out of that one.
Yeah, let's get through.
Good posture though. Very good posture to address. You increased your upper body position by 30% there. Okay. Right, nearly that. Okay. Ready and go.
A little bit fadey, but so it felt when I hit it was a little low and I
Yep.
couldn't get through. But I hit it well, I think.
Okay. Still a little bit open at address. Only a fraction. 37.4. 100 shot at 42.31.
I turned my shoulder there.
Yeah. Just a tad.
Just a tad, he says.
Okay. And because the upper body was a little bit too straight at address, that just brought these. I mean, again, what by only like 1 degree there, it's fractions really. But that posture will need to be. But I don't want to get away from. See, look how early these hips. Your hips start to return back to the target before you reach the top of the backswing, and that's where you generate all that power from.
So the separation is good then.
Separation is great.
And the speed, what was the speed of that?
Okay.
The half swing there?
That was 107. This little bit of data. It actually it was phenomenal, really. This was with, he hit 15 shots. He's got his club head speed at 115, 116, 115. So you're not far off that at all.
Yeah.
You're pretty much on it on your good ones. Ball speed, this is the difference. 173, 173, 172. And he got his smash factor up to 1.5. There. His carry was 295, 299, 275. As
But
well.
he's one of the longest hitters on
Of course he is. What a great comparison for you. And then we've got the totals 318, 322, 303. Well, we've reached those numbers. Can't say that you haven't.
Yeah.
And we're using exactly the same piece of
He's
equipment.
just got a proper ball when he's hitting.
Exactly.
I think there's a hell of a lot of compression that's happening in that ball.
Oh, good God, yeah.
And I
You
think
lose
it's
20%.
losing
20% at least. So in terms of the landing angle, 37 between 37 and 30 degrees. How have we got that? 44, that's because it's a bit balloony. Again, add 20%, 240,
yeah.
260. Again, allowing for the ball. That's the difference, just in the ball speed. But
What's
as
his
you
launch?
say,
What's his
his launch angle is. Where is it? Launch angle. Oh, angle of attack.
The launch
Oh,
balls, factor 1.5,
No.
degree 9 there.
Vertical angle. No,
Can it be that?
no.
Yeah? Must be. That
No.
vertical launch must be this figure, yeah.
Vertical angle, 9.2, 9. Yes, it is.
His
Yes.
hands are so far
Yes, it
forward.
is. That's the launch of the ball. Yep, you're right. Beg your pardon. In 9.2, 9.5, yours is 14. But again, you have a look at driver fitting, so on 145, which we've got here at the moment, 145, there we go, 145, to get into this segment here, they're saying, according to the robot, 2,000 to 2,400. Well, his spin rate is 2622, and then we're looking to be about 15 degrees. But because the ball is soft, 3,008, so that's nearly 1,400 too much spin.
Yeah. But the
1,600.
That's why it's ballooning.
Because of the ball speed, yeah. So it's all related to ball.
Because I feel that's when I hit it, I feel I'm really impressed.
Oh, of course. Okay, right. Ready and go. No, it's not. It won't. It won't. What I'm going to do is I'm having a net built out, so you can hit golf balls into the net with proper balls, and we can then.
So if we go back to your.
Yeah. Okay. 39.9, 36.28.
There's quite
Brilliant.
a rotation there, isn't there?
Well, there's a lot of leverage. 152 ball speed, but look at the spin.
Yeah.
Vertical launch was down.
Yeah.
That's the ball. That's a great ball speed, though. Look at that. Well done, Sergio.
It's freezing.
Sergio. Good wind up there.
Put that thing back. I gave it a ripper.
Beautiful
Just
rotation.
that leg, man.
It's very good, though. Very good.